Okay, Magic Grinders, we are back here. We're going to have an 8-man, and we're going to play the Jeskai control build, and we'll see how it goes. So, we're in, and we're going to get started pretty much straight away, which is fantastic. Didn't have to wait too long for this to kick off. Hopefully we can get off to a good start, and see how the deck plays out. Alright, so we're on the play, so yeah, we're going to play first. And what do we got here? So we've got, okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 land into Jeskai, Charm, and Stormbreath Dragon. Now, this is not a good draw, but it does have all our colours. Now, I'm tempted to keep it based on the temple being in our hand. It's not a good draw, but we'll see how we go. We've got to try the deck out and see what some of the hands are keepable and some aren't. So let's keep this and see how we fare. Okay, now opponent looks like he's keeping 2. There's obviously been a lot of controversy in Magic lately, so I'm sure you guys have read all the articles and seen the videos of all the people that have been called cheating recently. So feel free to share your views on that in the comments, guys. It's a pretty interesting topic. Lots of pro players getting caught. A lot of people that have had a lot of success actually being stupid and getting caught on camera. I mean, it's not that they're stupid that they got caught, but stupid that they were cheating anyway. But the fact that they had the nerve to do it on camera and is pretty ballsy, but pretty stupid as well. So there's been a lot of comments on that getting around the world at the moment. A lot of things happening on Twitter and Facebook, all the social media, things like that. So it's definitely an interesting topic. And something to be aware of when next time you're playing at an event. Keep an eye on your opponent, I suppose. Make sure they're shuffling correctly. Make sure they're not drawing extra cards, and no hidden cards under the table, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a very interesting topic, guys. That's for sure, and something that unfortunately we have to face in events. Luckily, we don't see too much of that sort of stuff happening here, which is fantastic, and we can play our tournaments well. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's a few preliminary PTQs coming up over the next 6 weeks, I think. So be sure to check out the pages, guys. I think there's a GP trial in Shepparton coming up. There's games in Ballarat and obviously in Melbourne. So for those of you around that are able to get to your local PTQ preliminary events, check it out. I know there's some stiff competition out there, but you don't know if you don't try, so you've got to be in it to win it, guys. So my recommendation is to get out there and do your best and have a go at these events. And who knows, you could be the top 8ing or winning yourself an event, and who knows, you could even end up on the Pro Tour if you're lucky enough to win a PTQ. It's always been my goal. As a Magic player, you've got to have some goals, and currently my goal at the moment is to hopefully play some real life Magic, because that's something that I haven't been able to do in a long time. Play some real life Magic and hopefully make it to a PTQ, and let's be honest, hopefully win one. We all want to do that, and it's been a while since I've personally had some good success, other than FNMs, but they don't really count, I suppose. In the Magic environment, so. Being able to get out there and play again would be really, really good. Now, looks like our opponent here hasn't turned up, or is deliberately slow rolling us. I'm not sure. He might be distracted. But it's not the greatest start to an 8-man. But I mean, look, if we keep this hand and our opponent loses the game because he gets timed out, I won't be too disappointed. But look, what I might do is just pause the video, and I'll come back when we get started. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, we are back. Our opponent took nearly 5 minutes to show up, and they've kept. So let's get up and running, and we've got our temple into play. Let's see what we hit here. Any land's going straight to the bottom, and so is that, actually. We don't really want that right now. Okay, we are off. Let's see what our opponent has to play out with here. It's 5 minutes late, but yeah, he's here, so that's important, and hopefully he's not a red deck, because we don't have a hand that beats a red deck, unfortunately, so... Ideally, if he plays a 1-drop in his red deck, we will play a land and draw Magma Jet. But our opponent's going to... Bloodstone's Champion, interesting. Magma Jet still. No Magma Jet? No, cool. Alright, we're going to take 2 this turn, and we'll see what happens. Our opponent could be mono black aggro, but we wouldn't mind that too much. We've got some removal, and we've got some cards that are effective against that kind of deck. Okay. So our opponent has here. Okay, I'm getting hit for 2, that's all good. If our opponent doesn't play another land, that'd be great. No, he's got lands. Okay. And we draw another Jeskai Charm, which isn't really that great for us, but look, yeah. We could buy a turn, put our Bloodsoaked Champion, opponent's Bloodsoaked Champion on top of his library, which, look, wouldn't be the worst thing to do here. I'm just trying to think about this, whether or not it's worth it. We can always burn our opponent to 4. I think, look, well, let's just see what we can do. I think we might burn him for 4. And we'll see what he's got. If he doesn't have a land, if he just hits with the Bloodsoaked Champion and that's it, we'll take the 2 and then we'll put the Bloodsoaked Champion on top of his library at the end step. Because we're not that fast if he doesn't play anything. He's got a land. Okay, he's playing Mardu, which is very interesting for us. Okay. Okay, so he's got Brimaz. So I think we'll put that on the bottom of his library. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's put that on the bottom of his, top of his library. Sorry. And we are drawing all the lands. Okay. We definitely don't want to draw any more lands. We want all spells, guys. Just gas. Come on. But our opponent being on Mardu is an interesting build. Now, I actually think, just a hunch, that he's stuck on 3 land. Don't tell me why I think that, but I just think that's a thing. If our opponent plays the Brimaz again, we are going to bounce it again, I think. Especially because we can play our Storm Breath unimpeded next turn. I did have another land. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I must have F6 there, apparently, so not sure what happened there. The opponent's probably going to have removal, so we're going to get in there. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have Butcher, because that would be pretty good for him. As I said, guys, the draw wasn't great by any means, but that's okay. Crackling Doom, it's such a good card. Oh wow, and we get draw nothing, so we'll just concede this game, guys. So after the wait, it wasn't worth it. It was a bad draw, and we drew worse from it, so we'll concede this game, and we'll move to sideboarding. Let's see what we have to bring in. Now, I think here we're going to have... look, let's try out this this package here that Cohen's added to the deck, this Defecting Palm and Dictate. I don't know if it's very good in this matchup. Doesn't seem like it's the greatest. We definitely want the end hostilities. Hushwing Griff's not very good in this matchup. It can block a Rabble Master, but it's not really good against anything else, I don't think. Brimaz doesn't really stop anything there. Disdainful Stroke doesn't do anything against that. Burn Away is obviously removal against Brimaz. What does this do? No, I think we don't want that in this matchup. Magma Spray will remove things, obviously. I think Burn Away could be okay. It is. It's a big removal spell. Maybe a couple of Disdainful Strokes, possibly. It is hard to say. Prognostic Sphinx could actually be really good in this matchup. It blocks Butcher. Opponent's not going to have access to counter spells or things like that, so it's quite important to take that into consideration. Arc Lightning is not the greatest. We can probably drop one of those, but let's just have a look at our converted mana cost here. I'll sort by mana cost. What have we got? We're pretty heavy in the 5 drops. It's not going to be relevant. Disdainful Stroke. I don't think that's what we want. I think this is where we'll go, and hopefully we can get a good curve and this turn actually play out some relevant spells, but I think we'll see how we go here. I'm back for game 2 shortly.